What's up, everybody? This is Ace from Ace Corner Talk. Hope everything's well. Hope everybody's in good health. I'm coming to you live. I want to talk about a few things today. First of all, let me try to get my chat up. Get this popping real quick. So much to talk about, people. It is so much to talk about. Yes, it is, people. So much to talk about in today's society, today's world. So I'm trying to pull up my chat real quick. Give me 1 second. So I was supposed to be doing my live stream for a diary of a mad black mother, but I'm going to save that for another day. To be honest with you, sometimes when you're trying to work out certain things, things may not go the way that it's supposed to. So, what's up? How you doing, Munchie? Peace to you. So sometimes when things don't go the way you expect it to go, you kind of got to like reroute yourself and go in another direction. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go in another direction. Like I said, peace to everybody. Got the chat open so I see you. So peace to everybody. Glad that y'all are here today. I want to talk about mental recovery. Today, if you look back over all the madness that's out here, if you look over all of the things that take place on a day-to-day basis, you can look from the White House to my house to your house and see how crazy things appear to be. But at the end of the day, it all has to do with the mental of the individual. Doesn't matter how it seems or how it appears on the outside, but the only way you can judge how something really is to check the mental of the individual. So I want to talk to you today about mental recovery. I want to start off by reading what recovery is. Recovery is a return to a normal state of health, mind, or strength. Recovery is a return to a normal state of health, mind, or strength. When we deal with, what's up, Rella Ann? When we deal with the mental stresses that we have on a day-to-day basis, it targets the health, the mind, and your physical strength, right? When we deal with the mental, I'm talking about this right here. When we deal with this, it deals with the mind, the health, and the strength, right? As we approach our situations, some of us, not all of us, but we tend to categorize our mental, and we tend to categorize how we line up our mental state. We put it in, what's up, the antagonizer, peace to you. We tend to put our mental in a state where we either dealing with issues on a head up, or we are dealing with the issues by suppressing it. Okay? Sometimes when we find out how we approach our situations, we have to, well, me personally, I group what I'm dealing with in my mental. Okay, this is what I say. Okay, now I'm dealing with this, and now I have to try to categorize how I'm grouping what I'm dealing with. So on one aspect, if I got family stress, family issues, family problems, me personally, what I do is I'll take that and I'll put it over here to the side mentally now. Take that, put it to the side. I says, okay, I'll deal with that in a different way because that's family, eating, wife, kids, so forth. I can't deal with that like I would deal with other issues because I have to be very meticulous of how I deal with that because it's my family, because it's my mother or it's my daughter. It might be my sons or my wife. So I have to put that in a different category mentally so that I'm not treating that in a everyday normal type of situation. Okay, follow me. I'm going somewhere with this. Okay, just follow me just a little bit. So I have to treat that different. Now, when it comes to my job, me being a boss on my job, I have to deal with that in a certain manner. I have to learn how to deal with the people that I'm over. I have to learn how not to allow what they do to get me mad. I have to learn how not to allow what they say, what they do, or what they may not do to get me mad or get me in the position where I'm acting out because of their actions. Because what happens is no longer am I working for productivity. Now I'm responding off of what they're doing. And then what happens is I won't get the productivity that I would have if I dealt with the situation the proper way. Come on, follow me just for a second. We got to go somewhere today, okay? So I have to learn how to deal with the people on my job a certain way. So even if they're not doing what I'm asking them to do, there's certain ways I have to go about getting them to do what I need them to do without acting a fool, without using my authorities, although I am a manager and although I can send them home, do this, fire, all that stuff. I can do that. But I choose not to because when you're dealing with human beings, you have to try to figure out, see, every time, and this is a cliche that I use, every time that you got the bull by the horns does not mean you have to pull the bull down. Sometimes you got to ride the bull until he gets tired. And then he'll tire his own stuff out. So what I mean by that is in certain situations, I don't attack it just because I'm the manager. I don't say, hey, I'm the manager, do what I say do. Because you'll get more flies with honey than you will with vinegar. So I've learned that in order for me to get the success that I need out of the people that are working for me, I have to approach the situations a little bit different. Sometimes you got to ask, are you having a bad day? How you feeling? And if they're not feeling well, try to find out what can you do to help them. And maybe it might be they can't function doing the job. Maybe they have to go home. So sometimes you have to look past yourself. You have to look past your pride. You have to look past how you feel on the inside about the situation. And then you have to say to yourself, you know what? I'm going to step back and I'm going to approach this a little bit different. So what I had to do in numerous of cases, even though somebody might be acting out, might be saying something to me in a certain manner that I might not like, I have to kind of like suck it up sometimes and have to realize what I'm dealing with and how to approach it to best fit what I need to be done and to best help them. Because as it seems, people don't want their money to be messed up. That's the first thing. So me knowing the position that I am, I don't have to exert my authority because I already know that I'm the manager. I already know that I'm in charge. So I don't have to do that. But what I do need to do is let them know the position that they're in and how we can work together to move along. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I had to send people home. Sometimes I had to put myself in that position, even though we were cool, to send people home. That's the nature of it. But what I'm getting to is how I'm categorizing things in my mind about how to deal with certain things. So I got the family here, Then I got the job here. Then okay, then I might have my outside family. You know, let's put cousins and let's put cousins, brothers. I'm not talking about my immediate with my wife and kids. I'm just talking about my first cousins and second cousins and all that good stuff. Let's talk about that real quick. So now, if they're not treating me the way I feel like they should be treating me, that's on my mental, right? Now that might be that might be way back here in my mind, but still it's up there somewhere. You feel me? It's up there somewhere. So how I approach that and how I would deal with that, I kind of like deal with it from a long reach. You understand? I kind of like deal with that from a long standpoint. Because what happens is I try not to allow what they're dealing with and what their issues is about with me. I try not to let that get on my nerves. I try not to let that bother me because I still have all these other issues to deal with. So I have to reevaluate what's important to deal with and what's not important. So, okay, so if I got a cousin that's mad with me, okay, no problem. Or if I have an aunt or uncle or somebody that just doesn't like what I'm doing at this particular time, okay, oh well. I don't let that bother me. I don't let that get to me. Because from a scale of 1 to 10, I have to evaluate what's more important for me to deal with or not. Some things just ain't important enough to deal with. If it ain't dealing with my immediate family, my wife, my kids, it really doesn't have an importance on my level scale. I have to treat that as if it's way back in my mental, okay? So we're going to go somewhere. Now, as I categorize these certain things I deal with, I had to allow myself the room to mentally process all of this without overexerting or stressing myself out, okay? See, because if you got so many things on your mind, that's facts. Munchie says you can't let everything be important in your life, and that's true. See, because if you have certain things on your mind, it will bombard you. It will cause you more headache than it will resolution. It will cause you more issues in your heart and your mind. See, stress is a killer. Stress will kill you if you let it. Too much stress is not good for you. Some stress will help you. Some stress will kill you. So that's why me personally, I have to group and categorize some of the things that I deal with and not allow that to hinder me when it comes to making the decisions on how I'm going to approach it and how I'm going to deal with it. You understand? Because at the end of the day, when all of this is past and I got to lay down that night and I'm getting ready for work to get up or whatever the case is, I have to have a sound mind to get up and move logically. Move with a mindset, with a clear mind to deal with whatever situations are coming against me. Anytime I face my situations, I have to have a clear mind when I face it. I have to. Because I'm the type of person, my mouth will speak for me before I speak. You understand? My mouth will speak before the mind will speak. You understand? Sometimes you'll say something that you don't mean to say. Maybe you might have been in a conversation a little bit too long, and now you're in that conversation and your mouth is speaking instead of your mind. That's what happens when you don't allow yourself that little moment to process what you are thinking about and what the issue is that you're dealing with. If you don't, you will begin to speak out of your mouth rather than with your mind. Because sometimes you don't care to say certain things. You just say it because you know you can either get to a person, you know you either in the person's skin right at that moment. You saying whatever you want to say because you know you got him. Okay, I got him now. I'm going to say what I got to say. I'm going to hit that. I'm going to hit him where it hurts at. So sometimes you just got to step back and instead of engaging in some of those battles, process whether it's worthy enough to engage in. Okay? Some things is not even worth your mental. I'm talking about mental recovery because we have to recover and regroup from all the mental stress, all the mental attacks that we go through on a day-to-day basis. We occur certain attacks in our mind, in and out, day, from month to month, week to week. Some people are still stressed out about stuff that happened 2 or 3 months ago. But why are you allowing something to fester in your mind for so long? At some point, you're going to have to rid your mind of some of these things, because if you don't, you'll begin to fester hate on that particular one thing. It will no longer be a battle, or it will no longer be a relevant battle. It will become hate, which it would lay dormant, and then at the wrong time, it will come out. And then it will be a bigger situation than it first started off. Come on. Some of y'all need to follow me with this one. Medicine might not be good for you, but come on. This is something we need right now. Something I need. Because I found myself engaging in issues and forgot to take my own advice. And I'm honest. I can be honest. Come on. I can be honest. Sometimes I did. You know how you know something, but you don't use it? It just sits in the back of your mind. So now I have to dig deep back in my mental, in my mind, and start to grab out those things that I used to practice, that I used to do, that I used to be strong in. There was a time when people could do things to me and it would not bother me because of the position I was in. When you have the upper hand and you are in a good position in life, shouldn't nothing be able to rock your foundation. Come on, we got to talk something here. We got to get to something. If you are in a good position in life, I don't care what your narrative is. I don't care how it's looking on the out. If you are in a good mental space or in a good position, shouldn't nothing rock your foundation. Shouldn't nobody or anything rock your foundation. Because if you are in a good place and you are secure with what you're doing and where you are, just in case a small-minded person comes and tries to throw you off because of their jealousy or because of where you are, you should not be able to be persuaded by some small-minded person. You should be able to stand bigger than that, no matter what they say, no matter what they do, because of where you are. And I found myself, even though I'm in a good position, even though logically and mentally I'm in a good place, I found myself allowing certain things to get to me because I have not practiced what I preached. So here we go. I have to practice what I preach. I can't worry about the next man, or I can't worry about who does and who doesn't. Because at the end of the day, my strength is not coming from man. It is not coming from you. My strength is coming from somebody greater than me. So if I'm going to be practicing what I'm preaching, I have to rely on a source and a strength that's going to come from outside of these hands and outside of this mind. Because if you are in a great place or are in a good position, should nobody be able to affect your mind, your heart, and where you stand at. Okay? That's just the mental reality of all things. Because at the end of the day, you're not paying my bills. At the end of the day, can't nothing you do stop or hinder what I'm doing. What's up, bro? Who's that? Got you. I'm on live, man. So let me finish my bill. You just broke my train of thought, bro. All right. I'm sorry, man. I'm telling you, I'm building. So when I'm going, I'm going. All right, there you go. Thank you. Let me get back to this bill, y'all. So when you are on your job, job, on your grind, okay? Let me get this thing. Let me get it together, y'all. I apologize. Ace is sorry. All right, we going somewhere. Apologize. Forgive me. Charge it to my heart, not my mind. When you are on your grind, when you are doing your thing, okay? When you are polishing up the inside of you, when you're polishing up the mind and heart and you're trying to get yourself lined up, however that is, however you do that, when you're doing that, there's always going to be adversity, and there's always going to be something that's going to come that's going to either distract you or try to dethrone what you're doing. There's always going to be something. Always. 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 And if you haven't experienced, keep living a little while longer and watch it come to pass. There's always going to be something that's going to detour you from doing the right thing, from continuing on the right path, no matter what it is in your eyes. No matter what that right path is in your eyes, no matter what that is and it entails from your side or your point of view, something is going to come to dethrone you from doing that. I don't care if you want to call it the big spook in the sky. I don't care if you want to call it the devil. I don't care if you want to call it your brother, your cousin, your mother, whoever you want to call it, it's coming. So what happens is you have to put yourself in a mental recovery stage, so that way now you're constantly working on the mental, so that if something comes to dethrone you from what you're doing, can't nothing stop you. I'm expressive about this thing because I feel like I let my own self down at some point, because when you're strong and you're doing what you're supposed to do, you'll look past all of that stuff that people do, say, how they act, and before you know it, you're already halfway to the journey and the goals that you set, all because you did not take your eyes off of where you was and where you wanted to be. The only time you surrender yourself and you surrender to the garbage is when you let somebody into the mental and they dethrone you from what you was doing. That's the only time you will not see the progress or see where you should be versus where you are. Mental recovery. It's a health. It was a time when I was going to the gym every day. It was a time when I was squatting free weights in the gym, bam, knocking it out, boom, boom, right? Mentally thinking about the fitness and thinking about my health and well-being. All of a sudden, I got the membership and had it for so long and go every once in a while, every blue moon. That's part of the mental recovery. Now I made a thing in my mind. Well, I'm going back to the gym. I got to get back in there. Got to. Okay. I was doing 250 to 275 free weight squats. I got to get back there. I got to get back there. Okay. Another thing, part of that recovery is, and that was the strength, the state of mind. That's another part of the recovery. Your mental recovery is your state of mind. Some of us was in a decent state of mind. Some of us, when we thought and talked, it was nothing but strength coming out of our mouth. Nothing but pure strength. Everything we talked about was strength. Everything we lived was strength. People will say, that's a well-rounded brother. That's a well-rounded dude. But now all of a sudden, when people hear and talk to us, they hear the weakness, they hear the shaking in our voice. They don't see us as we used to be. Now they're starting to notice how we are withdrawing from what we used to be. That's that mental right there. We got to talk about it. That's the mental strength. We used to be strong. We used to talk good things. We used to be on such a plateau when people came to us for advice, they knew they was going to get that strength talk. They knew they was going to get the realness. But now when people come to us, they don't know what they're going to get. They don't know which side of us they're going to get. They don't know if they're going to get the Lucy or they're going to get the Ace. Which one are we getting today? That's that mental strength. That's the mental. We're talking about mental recovery. How do we recover back all of the things that has been stripped from us because they're working on our mental. Don't you know there's people, there's trolls, there's situations that work on your mental on a day-to-day basis? People set out to work on your mental. You don't know that? You don't know that there's people and individuals that target your mental purposely? Because they know if they can keep continuing to work on that soft spot, pressure bust pipes. Y'all heard that before. Pressure bust pipes. They're telling you this. They're telling you, I can work on you long enough until you break. I can break you. They might not say it to your physical face, but their actions are showing that they're trying to break you. They're trying to break you. In the first place they're going to start is through the mental. If I'm going to break anybody, I got to get to their mental first. If I can get your mental, I got you. If I can get your mental, I got you. I got you. It's a done deal. That's why sometimes you can't pay attention to things and let it in your mind. Some things you just can't afford to pay it any mind. Because if you do, depending on what it is, it will take your mental. It will drive you crazy. It will dethrone you from where you are. You just can't pay it no mind. Some things you just got to see and don't see. Hear and don't hear. Once you take it in and it dethrones that mental of yours, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. You fold it up. I'm sorry, I ain't really paying attention to the chat right now. I can get back to that later. I'm trying to continue with this bill. So, a lot of times you're not going to respond. You're not going to respond like you should when somebody's tapping into the mental. Okay? You're going to respond off of impulse. Once somebody got you responding off of impulse, you're not going to think logic. You're not going to think rational. Everything that you do, everything that you say is going to be off of an impulse. And you're not going to think about making a strategic move to deal with individuals or to deal with individual problems. You're not. You're not. You're not. Just face the facts. If somebody got you up here ball game, if you're in a physical fight and you able to handle somebody and you get to their mental, it's a wrap. They're not going to concentrate on how to take you out. They're not. You could be a big man if you get to his mental. It starts here. You can take out somebody if they are not mentally challenged enough from where you are. You can just play a mental game with them. You can just play a mental game with them and just outsmart them. We're talking about mental recovery. We got to recover mentally. We used to didn't pay attention to a lot of garbage. We used to didn't pay attention to a lot of things that came into our life at a particular time because we was well beyond that. Our mental was strong enough to deal with it, and it didn't faze us. We just kept it moving. You feel me? We just kept some things moving. But now all of a sudden, through the beat downs, through the exhaustion, exerting yourself, through all of that, you are now relinquishing and allowing yourself to get weak. So your mind gets weak, and then any and everything is able to penetrate the mind. I got to go there because as I see it like this. If you allow the small things to enter in, it becomes big. Small things becomes giants. If you keep small thing on a small level, it will not hinder you from what you're trying to do. Small people will always stay on a small level. I never seen a small person become a giant until you allow it to become a giant. Only way it can become a giant is unless you see it through your eyes as a giant. Small things should stay on a small level. Small-minded people, they can't be on a bigger level because they are concentrating on being small. They have to morph from what they are and get out of the cocoon in order for them to emerge to something different or something bigger. But as I see it, if something is small, it's going to remain small. So you with the energy, you with the power, you with the mindset, you have to remain where you are and continue to climb. So that way, if something comes against you, you already know eternally that you have the power to deal with it. It will not hinder you. It's sickening to see somebody that was strong, and then now they reduce themselves to messing with little imps, little demons, little things. When you were strong, when you had the mental all together, how did you reduce yourself to messing with small people, small-minded things? What happened that caused you to reduce yourself to a level that ain't even worthy enough for you to deal with? Because the responsibility that you have on your hands, you should be dealing with bigger and greater things. And I'm sorry, this hits home, but it's truthful. Because I understand that if I allow people, places, things, small-minded, whatever the case is, to corrupt me and what I'm doing at this particular time, I will not just be letting myself down, I'll be letting everybody that looks up to me, I'll be letting my family, kids, and anybody else connected to my bowels, I'll be letting them down. Because the standards that I have, they know deep down in the inside, my standards are greater than just the average. And I can speak about that about my own self because I have that much pride in what I do as an individual. Now, I'm not proud of myself over things. I'm proud of myself over the character that's in me and what I took time to build. Because it took time to build me. I don't know about you. I can't speak about your character. I can't speak about how you are as an individual. I can only speak on me. I can only speak on what it took for me to get here. And only I know that. Only I know the ingredients that had to come together to make me who I am. See, I can't rely on you to know who I am. You can see the outside appearance of me. You can hear what I say to you. But deep down inside, the only person that's going to know me is me. And I got to take pride in that much because I know what it took for me to get here. So if I allow things, people, places, things, and all of that other stuff to corrupt who I am, I will no longer be me. I will be living in the shadow of who I used to be. And I said something right there. Even though you agree or not, I said it. I will be living in the shadow of what I used to be if I let you in here. You take shots. You take shots at the mental, but it shouldn't be able to break you. We're talking about a mental recovery. How do you recover? How do you bounce back? How do you get back the ground that you lost and the time that you wasted and the energy that you put out on things that did not matter at this particular time in your life? You dealt with these things before, so it should be easy to get over. You dealt with the hurt before. You dealt with the pain before. You dealt with the people talking about you before. You dealt with the money issues. You dealt with the job issues, family. You dealt with these things before. Now that they're repeating themselves, you should already know how to deal with it. You should already know how to climb above that now. It should not be something where you're falling back to dealing with it in a different way. If you already mastered how to deal with it back then and got over it, it shouldn't be nothing to deal with it now. Stop living in the shadows of who you used to be and live in the shadows of who you are and who you have been created to be. And that's right now, right here, the strong individual that you are, the strong queen, the strong king. Stop letting selfless, no good, insufficient, egotistical people put you in your place. You can't let them do it. You have to stand up. Stop living in the past. Live for your future. Live for your future. This is it. It's no more games, man. It's no more games that you got to play. You already made your claim about who you are. You already made your position about who you are. There's no need to go back. You know who you are. You don't have to prove nothing to nobody. This is your mental recovery. It's your time. Recover yourself and keep moving. You know who you are. Didn't nobody build you? The process that was made, they wasn't there. So they don't know the ingredients that lies within you. All they can see is you work what you work and do what you do. Can't nobody see it. It's deep down inside. All of the ingredients, all of the making of you, it's hid down in there. And can't nobody else depict, pick apart any of those things because it's a makeup of you. And it's time for your mental recovery. We, us, all of us have to start mentally recovering back what has been damaged and what has been trying to be taken from us. Stop letting people take you back. They're taking your mental back. They shouldn't have the power to do that. Should nobody have the power to take you back? Stop talking about, oh, they're going to pull me back into who I used to be. No, they're not. They shouldn't be able to pull you back to who you used to be. Continue to be who you are and move forward. Stop telling people, oh, if they take me back, they don't want to see me how I used to be. No, they should not want to see you how you used to be because you're better than that. You're better than how you used to be. You're a much better makeup and a better human being than what you used to be. Because some of us was no good, low down, dirty, and we shouldn't want to go back to that. If we say we the king, we should be the king. If you say you the queen, you should be the queen. Stop letting people take your mental back. If that's what you say you are, if that's what you say you are, if you're the king you say you are, why are people so easily to take you down your throne, take you off your throne, king? And if you say you the queen, why you ain't ruling like the queen? Queen, stop letting people take you back. Mental recovery is in the process right now. All of us. It ain't no stones unturned. Me included. I got to take it back. I can't focus on foolishness, foolish people. There's a time to play. Yes, we can laugh, we can giggle, but let me tell you something. But when it gets back to being strong-minded, when it gets back to putting things back in its proper order in place, I should be able to do that at a drop of a dime. I should not be able to allow people to bring me so far back that I lose sight of where I was. Come on, man. Somebody agree with me. Somebody agree. Shouldn't nobody take you back far enough where you lose sight of where you used to be. It's ignorant for somebody to take you so far off your game, off your course of how you was. It's a shame for somebody to be able to do that when your mental is supposed to be strong enough to just bypass all of that and keep it moving. If we don't allow ourselves the mental recovery, we're never going to get ahead. We're never going to get ahead, man. We're never going to get ahead. You keep allowing people to pull you back with their small minds, their small actions. You're never going to get ahead. Never. Because they'll have you so far out of sight that people will forget about you. You'll forget about your own self. That's what happens. That's when insecurity creeps in. That's when depression creeps in. That's where all of those things that defile us and keep us down and keep us suppressed, that's when those things come in. When you lose so far sight of who you are, that's when all of that stuff comes in. And then you no longer thought about, you no longer have the energy to put forward to getting back up. Because you just let people get into your mental. We're talking about mental recovery. I had to check my own self. That's why I'm giving it to you like this right now. Because I had to check my own self, convict my own self because of where I'm at and where I know I am. I don't have to prove anything to anybody. I don't. I'm sorry. I know you want me to engage. I know you want me to be in that battle. I'm well beyond that. I'm well beyond that. I tip my hat off to you, but I'm well beyond that. At this point in the game, I don't have time for the small stuff. I'm a big boy. I can pop my collar. I'm a big boy doing big boy things. I don't have time to waste with petty and small people. I just don't. I just don't. You either like me or you don't. I'm that dude. You either gonna hate me or you gonna like me. That's it. I don't have time for the small stuff. You ain't gonna bring me back no more. It can't. I don't have time for that. Because when you're doing big things, you don't have time to waste on small stuff. It's small people. It's irrelevant to me. And I'm sorry if I'm talking like this, but that's just what it is. That's just what it is. And when you get that confidence, you get that swag, and not let nobody else pull you back, you'll realize your worth. You'll realize what you got in here and what you're supposed to be doing as the king and as the queen. You'll realize that. You realize that. You will realize that. You'll realize that. You'll pull back the scales off your eyes and just see where you are and see how you're supposed to be moving in this life. Stop letting things, people, places, all this mess pull you back into that lower frequency, the lower energy of life. Time to walk in that calling. Time to walk in that grace. Time to walk in humility. Time to walk as that beast, that warrior that you are. You can't do it if you don't get your mental recovery into play. If you don't start the process, you cannot do it. You can't. Now that I stand in the position that I'm in, I've been in my position, been in my walk, been in my mental. Every now and then I'll slip back because frustrations, getting weary in what you're doing, it'll pull you back. That's why you have to have the correct amount of people around you that is for what you're doing. You got to have people that is surrounding you that care for the best interests of what you're doing. If you got people in your corner that can care less if you live or die, those are the wrong people to have in your corner. There should be at least one person out of your life that calls you up and say, hey, how you doing? Are you all right? You living today? What's up, King? You good? What's up, champ? How'd your day go? You all right? Male or female? Married man, hold on. Married man, don't have no female. Now wait a minute. Married man, I ain't saying that a female need to be calling you. All right, let me just check that at the door. Now, if you single, that's cool. But if you are married, let's make this disclaimer. I ain't got nobody calling me. All right, my wife is in here right now, and I don't want to think I got people calling me. So let me throw that out there. I ain't trying to go down that road. But anyway, now that disclaimer's out there, you should have some people in your corner that is able at any given time to give you a sound word, to give you sound advice, to be able to lift you up. You should have at least one person in your corner that can do that. If you're surrounded by people that cannot do that, you need to be in the mental recovery stage. You need to rebuild and restructure what you got. The foundation that you're building, you need to restructure that. Because if you allow people around you that cannot do none of the things I just named, all they're going to do is drain you. And there ain't going to be no movement. There ain't going to be no goals, no aspiration, just nothing but pure draining you. If you do not recover mentally, you're going to be stagnated. You're not going to move forward with what you're supposed to be doing in life. You're not. Listen, you're not. You're not. You are not. You can try to rebuke what I say. You can try to get around what I'm saying. Whether you agree with it or not, when the smoke clears, that very same words that I just said, you will not be moving forward. Because there's no way you can. There's no way you can. Because you're fighting a losing battle. Because mentally, if you don't have your mind in the right place, thinking about the right things, you're going to be drawn to all negativity. All of the things that are set up as a trap to hinder you, that's what you're gravitating to. Because there's nothing else in there to gravitate to. Because you have let go all of the positive. Mental recovery. Mental recovery. We're recovering from the damage that we have allowed other people to do. We're recovering from the damage that we have allowed people to do to us. We have allowed so much things to happen in our life, so much damage. Some of us have been doormats for people to come because of our nature, okay? We have allowed ourselves to be doormats. I'm the type of person that I'll allow things to happen before I strike. See, I'm not that hothead. I used to be, but I've learned how to navigate and deal with certain situations. So I'm not a hothead. Not all the time do I just strike at everything. Sometimes I sit back, and when people think I'm the doormat, I just spring up, and they say, "Wow, where'd that come from?" I'm that type of individual. But some people have allowed themselves to be doormats, and what happens is, through a course of time, instead of them getting up from being a doormat, they just remain there. And then all of a sudden now they're just full of mud, full of all the people who wipe their feet with them. And they just continue to lay there. It's time to get into a mental recovery stage. You can't be a doormat king and say you're a king. You can't be a doormat queen and say you're a queen. You can't. It's time to raise up from where you are. It's time to raise up. It's time to move forward and raise up from where you are. Because if you continue to allow people to use you like they do, ain't nothing in the Bible that says you got to let people use you. I ain't never seen it, and I ain't never heard of it. I ain't never heard of that. And if it is, somebody needs to come on my next live screen, give me some scriptures and give me some things that states that you got to be the doormat and let people use you, because I never seen it. All I'm saying is it's time to equip yourself. Better thinking, strategic moving, elevating your mind. Come on, get some more books. Get some motivation things to help you. You have to. You have to. Stop feeding yourself garbage that's only going to hinder who you are on the inside. Yes, things can hinder you if you allow it to. I know people think they're mentally strong. That ain't going to bother me. I got this together. I'm this and I'm that. But at the end of the day, do you really need the drama? Do you really need the garbage to bombard your mind when you already got 1,000 other things you're dealing with? Especially if you have responsibility. Now, if you're the type of person that people have invested their time, their resources, their mental, if you're that type of person, you have no business allowing somebody else to pull you back into a lower frequency. You have no other business. I'm telling you. You that type of person that people flock to and look to invest time, to invest resources, to invest opinions and all that other good stuff. If you're that type of person, you have no business allowing faithless people, small-minded people pulling you back. You have no business. Because people that are connected to you believe in what you're doing. Don't you know there's some people that believe in me and you? Don't you know that? That's why people invest their time. That's why people want to know what's up here. and how they can get some issues solved by what you tell them or how you think you can help them or through your life situations. They're investing that energy because they notice something in you that might not be in the other person. Okay? Realize that, queen and king. There's things in you that people realize that might not be in somebody else, so they have to come to you for a particular situation or advice. Count it a blessing. Count yourself a bit worthy to just have somebody intrigued by you and by your intellect and by your mind and by who you are as an individual. Gotta be. We gotta take time out, people. You gotta take time out. Take time out for self. Recover, regroup. Get back in line. Get your mind right. Get your mind right. All this other stuff that's taking place, all the irrelevant things that are taking place in your life, put it to the back burner. You gotta move forward. You gotta move forward. Because if you don't, you'll find yourself stagnated. You find yourself wishy-washy. You'll find yourself moving when you shouldn't have been moving that way. People say, man, he never used to move like that. What happened? Is he on drugs? Is he on crack? What is he doing? Why is he moving like that? People will start to question your motivation. They'll question your moves because they're not used to you moving like that. When you used to be moving in such a way that people feared your moves. You was that Debo on the street. What's up, Nehemiah? You was the Debo on the streets. You was that dude. People feared you. They feared what you did. They feared the kind of moves you made. You was powerful. So what happened? What happened? Why are you letting things, people, what they say, what they do, pull you back into their lower self? People are so lazy these days. They're so lazy. They don't want to work for what they got to get. They don't want to work mentally. They don't want to work physically. They want everything handed to them. It's time to get out of that. It's time to get out of the hand me thing. The hand me thing. Oh, you owe me. White people don't owe you. They don't owe you a dime. They don't owe you nothing. You're supposed to be working for what you get. Get yours. You ain't gotta, nobody owes you. If daddy wasn't there, so what? He don't even owe you. Your mother don't even owe you. You of age, get out there and get it your own self. That's what's wrong. People are lazy. They don't want nothing. They want people to just give them things and think that's the way to do it. As long as somebody handed you something, you're okay. No, get out of that. Get out of that frame of mind. Recover. Recover yourself from that thinking. Don't nobody owe you anything. They didn't bring you in this world and they sure can't take you out. So why do they owe you something? Keep it moving. Get back to the motivation stage. Get back to the healthy part of life. When you thought healthy, when you lived healthy, when everything you did had a purpose to it. Now you got people moving with no vision, no purpose. They wishy-washy, up and down, back and forth. They don't know what they want to do with themselves. Let's get back to some purpose. This might be unusual for Ace. You might not be used to me talking like this, or maybe you are. But I had to check my own self. I had to step on my own doorstep because I'm tired of the mental games. Don't you know it's draining and frustrating? It's frustrating when you play mental games with people. You shouldn't be able to allow people to play the mental games with you. You should be in a position now to look past that, keep going. Should be out well beyond that now. People will play those games with you because they're not smart enough to do anything other than that. Because smart people, smart business people are not worried about you. Trust me, they're not. Corporate people are not worried about your petty problems. That's why it's so hard to reach them. The average corporate person, if you try to ring their phone, it takes days for them to get back to you because they're bombarded with things that are relevant to them, not small stuff. Time to get off that small level. We in a mental recovery stage. Recovery. Returning to a normal state of health, mind or strength. You got to get back to a normal state of health, normal state of mind, and a normal state of strength. I was draining myself out. Live stream could be very, very draining, right? Trying to mentally stay afloat it's a stressful thing. It's stressful. It's stressful. So in the makings of that, then you got other people with their energy. You got other people with the things they deal with that are connected to you. So not only do you deal with your own mental, your own stresses of life, you got those who are connected to you, you deal with theirs too. So if you're not mentally stable, if you're not physically ready and charged up, you're only going to feel like you cannot make it another day. I felt like that recently. Tired, physically drained, just no motivation to want to go to work, do what I got to do. You know, at one point, making money was, oh man, I'm making money. But then when you get drained and tired physically, none of that even matters no more. Money don't matter. Doing other curriculum activities don't matter. Having fun don't matter. Nothing really matters. Everything is just up. You go with the flow with it. That's that mental breakdown. That's the mental recovery. You're supposed to be recovering from the damage. It shouldn't be a day that you ain't recovering from damage from the previous day and from that day. It shouldn't be a day go by where you're not recovering. You're supposed to be recovering every single day. Your body physically has to recover. You know how it recovers? When you get sleep. Your body recovers from your day's journey, your day's work. Come on, people. Y'all, come on. Come on, people. You know I'm telling you the truth. Your body recovers by getting its sleep. That's how it regenerates itself. It's how it regenerates. That's how it rejuvenates the body parts when you get sleep. If you don't have enough sleep, your body will tell you. You're lethargic, you're tired, you're walking in circles, you're looking all around, looking crazy like you just seen an alien somewhere. You understand? When you get sleep, it rejuvenates you. So how does the mind rejuvenate also? Is you have to be in a mental recovery stage for your mind to recover. Reverse back the negative things that have been shot at you to take you down. Instead of letting it penetrate the heart and the mind, turn that thing around. Tell yourself, you know what? Even though you're talking to me right now like this, I don't even have time to even respond to you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know you want me to engage you or entertain you. I'm sorry, I can't. My energy is too much, too great for that. Start talking back. Talk back. You ain't even got to get slick with it. Just be smooth. Talk back to the nonsense. Talk back to the garbage. The things that are trying to enter. Talk back to it. You know what? I'm good. You know you're shooting your best shot at me. You think I'm supposed to fold over that? I'm all right. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. You shot your best shot. Sorry you couldn't take me down. Sorry. I'm well beyond that now. Maybe a week ago, if you caught me, you might have had me engaging in your battle. But I'm sorry. Today I can't do it. Too much energy, too much going on right now. I got bigger, better things to be doing than to pay attention to your small mind. Once you begin to talk back to the issues, the problems, the person, or whoever, or whatever, watch how mentally you'll begin to get charged up. You'll mentally begin to get charged. Boom, bam. Making the moves that you need to be made. When I was in my real estate business, had my real estate going on and my own home improvement business, and I was barbering in the barbershop full time. I had so much going on, but mentally, I was where I needed to be. I was charged up. It was no way without God physically helping me and me being mentally in a decent place. It was no way that I can continue those tasks at the same time throughout my days to be effective in what I was doing. There's no way. No way. If I let, at that particular time, I had all of those projects and all those things I'm doing. If I let one little small thing take me off course, it probably could have damaged every single thing I was doing. That's how critical some things are. Depending on what it is, if you allow it to take you off course, can damage all of what you're doing. All of what you're doing can be damaged if you allow one particular small thing to throw you off course. That's why it's so important to stay on your game. That's why it's so important to keep focused. Because it don't have to take a lot. It can be something very small, minute. It'll throw your whole game off. Throw your vibes off. Throw how you feel on the inside off. It'll mess you up. Now you snapping on the dogs and cats, snapping on your 90-year-old grandmother who can barely hold a spoon in her hand to eat a soup. Now you snapping on any and everybody because you let something small take you off your course. Desky says, when we get caught up in our egos, we fail to see the bigger picture, which is true. Which is true. Appreciate that bit of wisdom, good brother. If you allow yourself, and that's the key thing. That's the key thing. If you allow yourself, when you get caught up, just like he said, when you get caught up in your ego, you fail to see the bigger picture. Check this out. Just want to give shout outs to everybody that's in here, in the chat. Okay, thank you. Master Densky, Nehemiah T. Duck. Nina Baby, what's up? Committee in the building. Suicide 29, brother from another mother. Committee in the building. Got my wife in the building. Brother Ann in the building. And all of you that are watching and have watched and will see this, thank you. So, mental recovery. You go to bed tonight. When you go to bed tonight, when you lay down to get your rest, I want you to think about some of the things I said. You ain't gonna retain all of it, but think about just some of even the smallest thing I said. Just remember the title. Remember that. Maybe it might ignite some of the other things. Mental recovery. We gotta mentally recover from the damage and some of the onslaught fires that have been coming at us, that we've been enduring. We got to recover from some of that. Has to be a period of time when we recover from it. We got to. We can't keep continuing day to day to day without recovering mentally at some particular time. You can't keep allowing these things to be in the mental. Some things you got to reject out of your mind. It's been in there too long. Let it go. Let it go. What's up, Logic? My man. What's good? Food, clothing, shelter in the building. My man, Logic. Some things we got to recover from. We can't let that fester in the mind. Okay? We can't let it fester in the mind. We have to let those things go. Check this out. If you want to get in the chat, I'm going to let you in the chat. So if you want to get in, say, let me in. If you got something to add, you want to build on this, I got it open right now as we speak. I'm going to put your name in, jump in the chat. Matter of fact, hold on. Oh, no, I don't know if I'm going to do that. I don't want the wrong people jumping in there. Okay, so yeah, just shoot your email, and I'll put you in there if you want to get in. Logic, Suicide, if you want to break in, you know how we do, family. If you want to get in, I got the doors open for you to get in. I'm trying not to shut it down because I want you to give your input. The committee is in the building. Want to make sure if you want a piece of this, you can get in this thing. All right. So before I relinquish, before I fall back, I will let any one of you guys come in, add, give your input, say what you want to say, how you feel about it, whatever you want to do. You're welcome to get in. Mental recovery. Day to day, night to night, week to week, month to month, we should have goals, small goals that we can achieve. Don't make something so far out that you cannot achieve the goal. Make a small goal and work towards a bigger goal. Whatever that goal may be, whatever it is that you feel that needs to get done, prioritize it. Put it from the greatest to the least. What is the least thing that you know you can do that ain't going to take a length of time or a lot of energy that you can do, that you want to do, that you need to do? Do that. Then work yourself up to the bigger goals. We need to start planning for different things to take place in order to keep the motivation going. For some of us, this YouTube is motivation for us. It's motivation. For some of us, it's entertainment. For some of us, it's motivation. Some people might feel like if they don't have the YouTube thing to fall on, they won't have nothing else to motivate them to do anything other than what they're doing. Some people like the entertainment or like the entertainment part of it. But me, you, and everybody else that's listening to what I'm saying, we have to mentally recover. And I'll be the first one to admit that I got to. I got to. When you have not mentally recovered, things get on your nerves at the drop of a dime. You're so easily to snap on people, things, at the drop of a dime. Bam! That is the first sign. That's one of the first signs to letting you know that you need to mentally recover. Is when things are so easily to bother you. I said a mouthful right there, even if you don't agree. Thank you, Rella Ann. I'm glad that you appreciate the platform that we are building. Okay? That we are building. I appreciate that. In spite of the attacks, in spite of what might have been said in the past, this is a platform that we build. I enjoy sharing and dialoguing and coming to the platform to be with you guys. I enjoy it. Even in my tiredness, I'm still coming on. Man, I haven't had no sleep after being off work, man. I'm physically tired, but I enjoy it so much. And I feel like there's a need for somebody to hear this encouragement, the way I'm receiving it, the way I'm feeling this thing. That's that excitement in me. And I just feel like if I can reach somebody that might be in a predicament or in a place where they're a little bit weary or worn out or tired and just needed a recharge, I feel like this is that recharge. This is that mental recovery right here. You can see it in my eyes how tired I am. But I feel the need and I feel it's necessary to do this. I feel it. I feel it's necessary that we get this work. We got to, people. We got to. because we'll start making crazy decisions and start doing crazy things if we don't get this mentally right. You know, it's just what it is. And besides all of the things that happen on the outside, I can't really pay it no mind. It don't hold no weight over here. No matter what have happened in the last couple of weeks, doesn't hold any weight. Because I'm a giant. I'm bigger than that. I'm bigger than that. And if I pay it the energy, if I pay the energy to it, it's gonna pull me back when I'm supposed to be moving forward. Can't pay it no mind. Nobody has to throw shots, name. I have to do none of that. Because even if I did that, that still would be catering and pulling back the energy. I know. Gotta get back. Gotta get back. So y'all sure y'all ain't want in? Where my boys at? Where y'all at? Where the family at? Y'all don't want to get in this thing? Come on. Come on, Cleta. I'm going to send it to you anyway, Logic. All right, Logic. It's on its way. Hey, Susu, sending it to you. Oh, Nina Baby at the shop. Come on, committee, get in. No doubt. That's what we talking about, committee. Thanks for the encouragement, no doubt. Let's see. All right, Suso, got you in there. Those are just some things I had from the fly, on the fly. I don't have everybody else's in the chat, emails and all that other stuff. That's just something I had in mind on the fly. Thank you. Nina Baby, thank you. No doubt. That's what the support is for, the committee. Got to support each other, people. Oh, what's up, Sue?
What up?
What's up, man? What's good?
What the heck? You still live, fool?
I'm still live, man. Get some clothes on, man. Where your clothes at, man? What you doing? Where you been?
Hold up, cuz. Hold up. Hey, what's up, dog? What the hell you
I'm just picking with you, man.
What up, fool? What you did?
Yeah, I was just thinking about where Chris Tucker was in the cell with what's his name, the big dude. He was telling his story about his gangsterness. You remember Chris Tucker was in the cell with Money Talk? He said, "Where your clothes at, man?"
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was just
man, I'm about to hump in the shizzy, man. Your ass called me at the room.
Yeah, my fault. I said,
there?
did you want in, bro? I said, did you want in?
Said what?
I asked you, did you want in? So I was letting you in. Yeah, we still live. Hey, give some words, man. Give some words to the people.
What'd you say now?
I said, give some words to the people. You live.
Hold up real quick, bro.
Yeah, I sent it to Logic, so I'm not sure if he's able. He might still be at work. So I sent it out to Logic. Hopefully Logic can get in. And I see Janine, Nina Baby, I see that you at work. So I know everybody can't get in at this time, but all the input from everybody in the chat, all of this stuff is well needed. Thank you for supporting this channel. Thank you for being a part of Ace Corner Talk. I just have to keep it real with y'all, man. I just have to keep it real with y'all. Gotta be real. It's no other way to do it. Gotta be real. People can take and misscrew what I say, twist it around, narrate it, whatever they want to do. But if you haven't known by now or seen my actions, I stay consistent. I don't have to lie. I don't have to put on. It is what it is. And I appreciate 100% appreciate the love that I'm getting. Appreciate the feedback. Appreciate people trying to keep me focused. I appreciate all of that, man. I do. There's no bigger supporter than my wife. Although y'all at the top, aces in the hole, y'all at the top. There's no bigger supporter than my wife. She encourages me and she keeps me going, man. Feel me? No bigger supporter than wifey. All right, man. What you doing, man? Get some stuff on.
Man, I was about to hop in the shizzle real quick, kid.
Get us up together, brother.
You know what I'm saying? I was about to hop in the shizzle real quick while you playing. You feel me?
It's probably 115 out there where you at, ain't it?
Well, I'm not outside, but it's pretty cool right now.
Oh, okay. Well, you know. But look, yeah, man. With this build that we was on, that everybody's tuned into, do you agree that this is a process right now that we're in for a mental recovery stage?
Oh yeah. It's definitely a mental recovery. Oh, you done or no?
No. Go ahead. I'm laughing at Janine in the time she see your belly button.
Yeah, right. I had to throw a shirt on real quick for the people, but yeah. We definitely in the recovery stage, a mental recovery stage. As you can see, what's going on off YouTube and on YouTube. It's people are really messed up, man, and we definitely. I mean, I had to do it. Everybody got to go through it. How you think the soul mirror was even for it to be manifested? I had to do certain things with my mental to even manifest the thing. So we all got to go through it. But are you going to keep it real? Are you going to listen to your whatever you want to call it, your intuition, or are you going to ignore it? That's the only thing. You got to ask yourself, are you going to listen to when something or someone tap you on your shoulder and give you some advice or some assessment about what you're doing, or are you going to ignore it? That's on you. You got to be the one to say, I'm going to move left, right, up, down, or whatever, slide to the side, or, you know what I'm saying, be a groundhog for a minute. You know what I mean? You got to be the last one to make that choice. And a lot of us, we don't like looking at ourselves in the mirror, man. You know, just like your wife said, a lot of us don't like it. A lot of black people do not like looking in the mirror and taking accountability. They don't like doing it. They don't like that self-reflection when they're ugly. When everything's beautiful, then they want everybody to know how beautiful they are, how great they're doing, how successful they are. But when their ass is being ugly, they want to hide behind the bushes. They want to turn the cameras off. They want to turn the lights off. You know what I'm saying? They want to hide behind so many things when things are ugly. And I think that's disrespectful, especially for the ones who believe, you know, in the divine power. You supposed to ride for the divine, the good, bad, and the ugly. So no matter how good it is, you're supposed to ride, represent the divine power, how ugly it is, and how ugly you are. On both sides, you're still supposed to represent. So you can't kick knowledge when things are being ugly done to you, but then don't kick knowledge when you've been ugly. Then you've been a false prophet at the end of the day when you start doing stuff like that. So yeah, it's a mental recovery stage, baby. And it hurts. Yeah. It hurts when you find people like Ace Corner talking suicide in the building, and we ain't going for it, baby. We're not going for it. So, you know, they got to form like Voltron. But go ahead.
See, me personally, too, I had to check my own self. That's where it begins at. I had to realize I had some issues. And I had to realize that if I allow people to take me off course, then what I'm trying to do is not going to be effective. See, I can't really pinpoint nobody else because I had to put that soul mirror on my own self. You know, it has to come back at me at some point. Because if I allow people to take me off my course, if I allow people to redirect what I was intending to do and what I had started off doing, that's my own fault. Right along with their issues. See, people have their issues, and when they pull you away from what you're supposed to be doing, they'll say, well, I told you so. They'll say, oh, I told you so. They'll say they'll told you so when you allow them to pull you away from where you was. And that's it. I can't allow people to pull me away. Okay, no doubt. Well, I shot you the link, so I know you just getting. I kind of figured that though. I just figured that you got off of work. So I can't allow people to pull me back. Yeah. That was Logic. I can't allow people to pull me back. You understand? When I know I'm better than that. Why should I have to tread ground that I already tread before? Why should I have to repeat things that I already conquered and things that I already have labored? And why? Why do we as individuals allow people to do that to us? We should not be treading ground that we already conquered. We should not have to repeat a cycle that we already broke in our life. Okay? It's crazy for somebody to be in recovery for 20 years, then go back and use crack again or go back and drink again. You've been in recovery all the many years, and then you go back and relapse. Out of all those years, you relapse. Certain things you should not want to go back to. Certain things you should not want to do. You should remain strong. Even when you get weak, there's certain things you should not allow to pull you back. You shouldn't. And I realize if we continue to go the route that we're going, success will not be in the near future for what we're trying to do. Can't be. I notice everybody's not going to be a part of the movement. Everybody's not going to be excited about what you're trying to do because they're not doing it or they didn't come up with it. But at the end of the day, if you keep on your journey, keep doing what has been set before you to do, not only will you be affected, but those who are connected to you will be affected. And that's the main goal. If I eat, you should be eating. If I'm standing, you should be standing. That's just the way I see it. Other people got their own logical way they think about things, or they got their own spiritual comings to where they think that things should be. Me personally, I feel that way. Should nobody be able to take that from me? If I feel that way, that's the way I feel. Don't take it from me. Let me build with that. But be careful when people try to take that from you. It's crazy. Be very careful when somebody try to snatch that from you. Try to take that part of you away. Go ahead, Sue.
All right, hold on real quick.
Oh, I'm about to say your mic on mute.
Yeah. I'm gonna go outside for you real quick, shit. Gotta make them see them trees because you know they be hating on the guy. Yeah. That's real talk right there, man. I don't even know seriously what a lot of. I mean, I know what some of our problem is, but I just don't understand the constant. Yeah, I see him.
My man.
What's good?
See?
What's good?
I might as well take my shirt back off there.
What's up, man?
What's good?
Right.
What's good, y'all?
What's good with you?
What up?
Committee is strong.
I don't know why it won't let it go on headphones, man. Something wrong with this thing. It won't let me use my headphones for some reason with your joint. Oh, why?
Not sure. So we got the committee in the building. All right, so we're gonna continue to build. So what's up, Logic? How are you,
Man.
sir?
Shoot, man. Just they got me working now though. But you know what I'm saying? I gotta find time. I said, man, my boy Ace Corner Talk Live. Let me get in there. You see, I'm still in uniform though. But hey, I gotta come support you, brother.
I appreciate that, sir. Thank you so much. That's how it should be. And at the end of the day, when you thinking like that, that lets me know that you're focused, you're focused. If you can say, you know what, I'm gonna go support this brother, that means even with what you got going on in your life, you're taking out this small time to be right here at this particular time to help a brother out, to be on the platform, be part of the committee, whatever. That lets me know you focus.
Bro, that's how we should be though.
It should be that way.
Yeah. Yeah, remember, and I'm gonna keep saying it though until people actually get it though. You know what I'm saying? That should be a tendency. And I think when more people start being like that, it will become a tendency and it will become them things that people get used to. So like when we do it, you know what I'm saying, it shouldn't be a big ups for it. It's just something that we should automatically do. And we got to really adapt to them things like that. What should we do automatically? What feels normal? What is normal?
Go ahead. Finish building.
Oh, okay. I ain't know you're gonna give me the stage.
Hey, look, my mouth dry right now. Go ahead and do you.
No, but I mean that's what it is, though, man. I mean, I think that's why I enjoy coming on your show, man. Come building with you on suicide, because at the end of the day, that's what we developing. We developing these tendencies that, you know what, it's okay, man, to take care of each other. It's okay to look out for each other, and then you don't need no ulterior motives. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta be genuine about the things we do, the things we say. We can be accountable for what we do, and then at the end of the day, we can be accountable, you know what I'm saying, for each other. And I think that's what's missing. Because I mean, I'm gonna share some with y'all too, though, because I like your mental recovery. You know what I'm saying? I actually went through a situation, and I'm actually going through a situation with my brother right now. And then I always said to myself, I acknowledge my brother as being my brother, but I never had that respect concept of him like I should a brother or a family member. And I asked myself that the reason why recently, because right now my brother was jealous that I was building with y'all. And even though he didn't want to do nothing positive to replace, you know what I'm saying, y'all, it just automatically by default, he said, hey, you know what? I'm your brother, so you should come always build with me. But he didn't want to build. He didn't want to do nothing positive. But just that mental type of aspect that we got, that if he sees something positive over here, and this is my blood brother, that he will have some kind of discord towards that. And it's sad. And I think that is, we got to fix us, man. I mean, and I'm going to keep saying that. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take us to fix us. Who is Mason?
My son.
Oh, okay. Hey, tell your wife this a chat room. I mean, this a chat room, not a text message.
Brother thirsty over here, man. I feel like I've been in the desert for 40 days and 40 nights. Gotta get some water down here, you feel me?
Yeah, I feel you, man. They got me working now, man. So shoot, they get their money out of me this week though.
So you and your brother, so are y'all, you know, trying to build it back, or what? Is he still mad, or is he what?
Nah, I refuse, man. I refuse to keep going down these circles. I mean, going in these circles, going down these paths, because what I realize is that the more you continue to go down now, and the more you associate yourself with evil, you know what I'm saying, by default, you will pick up these evil tendencies also. The more you put yourself around positive energy, the more that you'll want to do positive. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm put myself in a situation where I'm cleansing myself of all negativity. And then now I see so far it's changing the type of person I am.
I'm telling you, bro, hey, I just finished saying that. I don't know if you even heard what I just said, but that right there, I just finished verbatim repeating that very same thing. Thank you, sir. All right. Thank you. How football practice go? All right. Yeah, so that's a good thing, because once we realized I had to say to myself, I need to be in mental recovery right now. For what I've been through within this last couple of weeks, what is it? The stuff I've been through this last couple of weeks, man, I had to. You can't you'll mentally burn yourself out if you don't step back. You feel me? if you don't step back, you'll mentally burn yourself out. And you have to make the correction. Even if somebody tell you, you should know in the inside, something gotta give here. I feel the mental strain and I feel like I have to change. People will try to drain you, pull you down, and they'll try to mentally get into your psyche. But it's your job to stop all that. Keep focused.
And the biggest thing we got to realize too is that a lot of times, not only stepping back, but you got to separate yourself from that. Because I don't know, I remember me and you was having this conversation not too long ago. We was talking on the phone and we was discussing, you know what I'm saying, just being around that, even though it's not you, it will start actually bringing stuff out of you that you know that you don't represent. You know that you don't want to be a part of. But just by being associated with that, and now in 2017, I'm gonna say it again, you know what I'm saying, social media is an extension of our environment. So now if you associate yourself or somebody associates you with anything they're doing negative, it will bring negative vibes. And them negative vibes is destroying us. And that's why after the other day, you know what I'm saying, I had to take a break. I had to, you know what I'm saying, and plus my brother stuff, I just had to clear my mind. And I had to say, you know what? If the hate is coming, that means we're doing something good. It's positive. Even they see the light. They see the light in what we're doing. So guess what? Hit the gas. Let's push forward.
Facts. Factual what you're saying. Suicide, what you over there doing? Too hot to be shaking and grooving over there, brother. Go ahead, get in there.
Hold up. I'm trying to come in on the laptop, kid. So I gotta put this phone down.
Got you. And at the end of the day, Logic, I'm starting to see things a little bit more clear than I have. Not that at some point things were clear to me, which they were, but if I continue, when you make new relationships, check this out. When you make new relationships with people, you inherit a certain part of their life, whether you want to or not, right? Now hear me out on this. Anybody can disagree. Anybody, if you choose not to agree with this, but listen, when you intertwine with somebody, you inherit a certain part of their life, whether it's going to be a positive or whether it's going to be a negative. You might not see it on the outside, but somewhere or another, you inherit a certain part. It can be maybe something they said, maybe it's something you building on.
I think that's suicide.
Maybe it's something you said, you might repeat it. Maybe it's something that you've learned from them, that they taught you. Something. I refuse to believe that if you intertwine with somebody that's a friend of yours or you just meeting, y'all been friends for a while, something you'll pick up from the individual. Now, if you're around individuals and people and you pick up negative things, it's the same thing. You will pick that up. It will be like a magnet. It will be absorbed to you. It's like a magnet. It will come right to you and you'll begin some way or other, whether it's small or big, you'll begin to practice that by default. By default. Some people do things by default. It's not that you want to do it. You just find yourself doing it. It's just like if somebody talking about me right now and you're around the person that's talking about me and you entertain it long enough, you might even agree with some of the things, whether it's a default in me or not. You'll still agree with it rather than disagreeing, rather than staying out of it by default. If you look at any one of us as an individual, you'll find some defaults if you look hard enough. Anybody. There's nobody perfect on this world. If you look deep and hard enough, you'll find something if you're looking for it. See, people try to paint the narrative that there's nothing going wrong in their life, and they'll point the finger at somebody else. But if there is something and you look deep enough, you'll find it. So that's why you cannot focus and put all your energy into focusing on other things, because when you look for things, you'll find it. And it could be so minute, you'll focus on that to make it a big thing. You can take it from this point.
That's it. That's right, man. I mean, you can't say it no better. But the thing that like I said, man, I appreciate what's going on here is because it's all positive vibes, it's all people building, and then it's nobody what's suicide always said, poking the bell or poking the people. I tell you, suicide got all kind of little stupid terms. He can make a damn dictionary, but but that's what it should be about. Because I think engaging in conversation is sharing of ideas, and sharing of ideas is the first the first way to go to fixing the situation you're in. And so now, as you get to a point, you will start separating yourself from the people that's sharing ideas. And I think that that's probably what we going through as a collective right now, because you'll start figuring out this. As we share ideas, you know what I'm saying? And we start sitting here and say, okay, now we're identifying stuff. It comes a point to accountability. So once you get to that accountability, at that point, you start moving to the next level. But see, as you start having different levels, you know what I'm saying? Where we say, okay, you know, we're going to get in here and talk. We're going to share ideas. All right, we shared ideas. Now we start figuring out the problems that's involved in it. Then now, I think right now we're at the accountability stage where, you know what I'm saying, it's like we start seeing a lot more. It's like, whoa, look at this. I ain't never heard that. But, you know what I'm saying, we still continue to stick together and push through it. So now it's time for that next stage for, you know what I'm saying, the three of us to start doing different stuff. Say, hey, look, you know what? This is what should be laid out. You know what I'm saying? Now we laying out stuff. Now we acting on stuff. And then it will evolve from that. And then guess what? We'll go back, we'll build again, start sharing ideas again, start identifying the problems, start becoming accountable and making people become accountable. And that's the biggest thing too, making people become accountable. You can't make them become accountable. So it's up to them if they want to come accountable or not. And after that, we got that, and that's that continuous building cycle. And if you realize that continuous building cycle is based off the scientific method, and the scientific method is something that you can never refute. You can refuse scientific, and it's been proven to work. So now I think that blueprint is similar to what we're doing now on these platforms. And I think, you know what I'm saying, that, I mean, that's powerful. It's just like my boy Dunn just said, you know what I'm saying, that's greatness. You know what I'm saying? We're always pushing each other forward.
And so go ahead, Sue.
Sue, wake up.
All right, we have a technical difficulty. What is he doing? Nah,
Hey, but you know what's so crazy though, too, Ace? I'm gonna share some with you though, too, bro.
go ahead.
Like the last 2 days, 3 days, I've been working like crazy though. But see, I kind of I missed this shit. You see what I'm saying? Not
Right.
just really just I just, you know what I'm saying, just missed the building. So it almost seemed like, you know what I'm saying, like a piece of me was lost for 3 days. And I
Right.
was like, man, come on. I said, something wrong, man. Let me get back in this bill.
See, that man, that lets you know, man, you're in tune with what you're really doing. It's from the heart, man. See, people play the little game. They think it's like a little fun and game thing to come on here and do what we're doing. But this is not really all fun and games. You know, stress comes out of this also. You know what I mean? And people say, well, why would you let something like this stress you out? Because when you're investing your time, your energy into wanting people to succeed. See, I don't know about you, but me personally, I want to see my brothers and sisters succeed in what they do in life, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to see them succeed. I want some stories, man. I want people to come on this chat and say, man, you know what? Yeah, that stream you did the other day helped me through something. Or what you said the other day, man, you know, that helped my brother, man, or whatever. I want to see some results. I want to see what we're doing be effective. So that's why I continue to bang and continue to drive some of these things the way I do, because I'm passionate about it. I want somebody else to be good. You feel me? I want them to be good with what is happening. People are stressed out, and all they find on YouTube and all of these TV shows is garbage. It's a lot of garbage out there, and they're not getting proper nourishment. Because if I was engulfed in some of that stuff, I would be the same way. I wouldn't be getting that good, you know, that good love like that. I wouldn't be getting that good food, that good meat. So some things is needed, and stuff like this, what we talk about, the things we deal with, it's needed. It's needed, man. It is. None of that other stuff is not, none of the beef, the garbage, all that stuff, man. That's not even needed. What we're doing, the encouragement, the building, that's needed. That's needed by far.
Hey, you know what we need to start doing too, brother? Is because I'm looking at the conversations that we have on these platforms, and I'm looking at what's going on right now in today's society. No, I don't know if it was you or Suicide that did the show on I think it was Suicide did that show on about do women want good men. I think he compared it to Level 7s or whatever it was. And now I've been doing research. I don't know if you saw this whole situation, right? And is it
your
white?
It's breaking up. Your thing breaking up. Logic. Hey, Logic.
Hello.
Your thing.
Yeah.
Something wrong with your thing breaking up.
Hold on 1 minute. All right, how I sound now?
You good. You perfect.
All right. Now, but I was looking at this whole that conversation that we had, and then I mean, we was banging on that conversation. A lot of people had different opinions on it, and it was a good bill. But what I did is I looked at this guy named Rob Kardashian. I think that's his name. The girlfriend of the boyfriend of China Black or China White. But what you look at that is Rob Kardashian is that Level 7. He was somebody who wanted something to build. He was that person who wanted to do something good, but it's some reason that the relationship faulted, and then it's a lot of good indicators that's in this scenario that they displaying right in front of our faces, and we talked about that before this even happened. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think we need to start a recap. Is it and it's China White? No, China Black. Man, I don't know them folks' name.
You said China White.
Hey, China Black, China White. Hey, all of them the same. I can change her name. Shit. Look at that, man. I cuss. Look at that. I was doing good. But I'm saying we need to recap a lot of stuff we talk about, what happened after we spoke about it. And I think the power in doing that is that we constantly reassessing ourselves. We constantly seeing and saying, well, you know what? I might have been wrong with this, but guess what? And then at the same time, we need to come back and say, hey, look, we discussed this, and this is what's going on now. So by us doing that recap, we constantly giving people feedback, and we're assessing ourselves and we're assessing the situation. So, I mean, in my opinion, man, I think that'll be powerful. I don't know what the people in the chat room would think about it. If you agree with what your boy Logic said, go ahead and drop a one like young Pharaoh say.
I want to say this. As we move along week after week, And I look back and I say, well, man, when the first time when we was building and getting together and all that good stuff, you know, things started off. The perspective we had was all different when we started off. Now that we've been building and moving forward, we got the same perspective as far as the people might come from different angles, but at the end of the day, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. We just might arrive at a different time with it. Same thing. And I find that should be very interesting to the people that are out there looking in, that we are able to operate from different playing fields. See, that should speak volume to the average person that's going to watch this, that have been watching and is watching now. That we have different ideologies and think different, but we are able to work together for those who are out there. That should speak volume. That right there. It speaks volume to me. It's amazing that we are getting along. See, behind closed doors, if what have you, we still talk and get along. We don't be arguing. We don't disrespect each other. We don't curse at each other. We don't do none of that lame stuff, man. We keeps it real. We honest with each other, you know, and that right there should show the individual that's looking in on what we're doing that this is just more than getting on here every single day for play. This ain't no play. It should speak volume to anybody that watches us, see our platforms, that what we're doing as individuals from different walks of life, different ideologies, different backgrounds, that we're able to operate the way we have been for at least 3 weeks now. Might have been longer than that, but I'm just saying 3 weeks. Now stop me if I'm wrong. Anybody that's going to watch this, that have watched, already watched, whatever the case is, they see how we are building, getting along, not arguing, not disrespecting each other, not cussing each other out, but actually building as friends and actually building. This content is real. That's why we come under the scrutiny we do. Because we ain't on here banging on each other and making each other look a fool. We're talking about sensible things. My wife said, you talk about logic stuff now. You say logic a lot. I'm like, this nigga done rubbed off on me now. I'm talking about logic. It's logical to think this way. Then she just put in the chat, stop saying, what she say? Hold on. My wife a trip. Stop saying nourishment.
Hey, but you know what, bro? Hey, it's the thing though, is that what we don't realize, and a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, it would take for granted, is that, you know what I'm saying, this here is a blueprint. What you got, just like you said, you got 3 black men, you know what I'm saying, that's from different lives, different upbringings, you know what I'm saying, and at the same time, even though we disagree along the road, but because we have that same end state, we understand unity. So now that's why it won't be no disrespect. That's why it won't be no bashing. That's why it won't be no belittling. Because at the end of the day, everybody will grow if everybody understand the true meaning of unity. And by us having that true meaning of unity, you know what I'm saying, you can't stump your brother in the face. You can't bash your brother. You can't beat him down. You know what? You got to be able to push forward. Sue said he woke. I see him shaking his head. I think he listened to that new Jay-Z album, man. Come on, Sue.
I don't know what that brother doing, man. Wake up, man.
What's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with y'all? Y'all all right over there, kid? What's going on?
I've been trying to get you to take the thing off of mute for the last 20 minutes.
Let Sue do what he do, you know what I mean? Calm down, baby. We gonna get it right. We gonna get it right.
You over there? I thought
Yo.
you went out a couple of times. Looked like you bent over for a couple of times, man.
Yeah, nah. You know how my internet be acting up sometimes. So that's why I was saying if I should go back on the phone because it's kind of better. And trying to get into the chat, same thing. You know what I'm saying? God damn, kid. Debo stole me out. But yeah. This is you know, man. Me, you and Logic, man. It's something that most people would never, probably won't see for a long time. And so it's like, you know, I don't know why they trying to tear it up, or those people, whoever trying to do it. I don't know what time it is, man. What I can say is, they have something that they need to work on, because it's not like we poking the people. And I heard what you said, Logic. Yes, I should write a dictionary like E40. Okay, I should do the E40 part 2 on Ebonics. I should call him up and see if I can throw some of my terms in there. You feel me? I should do that. You feel me?
No. That's not Ebonics though. Ebonics is slandering of a language. So you taking a language, you bending it up. You see, you should change it. You should have terminology for the people. You know what I'm saying? All your words. You know what I'm saying? You get paid for it too.
Hey, yeah, you ain't lying. You ain't lying, man. That's what's up. Sue getting mental recovery on. You crazy, boy. My junk already been recovered. Nehemiah with that big old cranium. I think you got a whole room for all of us in that dome of yours, big homie. Yeah. So yeah, what up 415? Yeah. But yeah, what it is it's the same thing. It's a recycling door, man. You see this happen time and time again. When a good movement comes, it's always got to be somebody to try to stop it. The negative thing, and we would have 1,000 people on our channels every damn night, because that's what we like as the people. We can try to front like we don't, but we like negativity. We like problems and beef. That's more exciting than people trying to actually build up and trying to build something. So most people just do the talking. Get upon myself to not be one of those people. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Hold on real quick. Hold up. Oh my God. Her ass is a nut. Hold on. I'll get back to you in a second. Most people, they just like negativity, and they rather, and they see it's just like when I grew up. Church was something that you're supposed to go to for positivity, right? Grow up, that's what you think when you enter those doors. And you think the person behind the pulpit really cares about you when they spit messages and they talk about common things. So you really think they care, right? That's what you do. That's what tradition. Shout out to my man Logic. He know what he talking about sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So that's the tradition. But then when you get deep off into church or whatever, you see there's problems like it is on the outside. But they make it believe, and when you walk into this building, these people are different than the ones on the outside. And that's the wrong narrative to push on people, because you can't change in a blink of an eye. You can't change overnight. It's only a handful of people who can actually change overnight. And that's only a handful of people. Then what about the rest of us? It takes time, and it's called a process. So that's what's going on right now. You know, after you get older, you see that saying you go to church is something, it's like a fad. It's like a new clothing line. It's like a new way of living. You know what I'm saying? Like the new Jays come out, the new LeBrons come out. Well, that's what going to church is after a while when you grow up, because people look at you different. Oh, snap, you go to church. What's up, baby? Oh, snap. Yeah. It's like you got those new shoes on, the new red bottoms. You don't get the same feeling. You know what I'm saying? So they look at you different because you say you go to this place of worship. And they look down on the people who don't. That's called division right there. That's a one division, and you shouldn't do that. You supposed to what? What does it say? Expect Expect everyone as they come or as you are, right? That's what it says in the book. You can't look down on me because I don't come there all the time. You don't know my life. You don't know my situation. When it comes to actually having a movement, trying to uplift your people. It's people who try to come in and they look at you, oh, brother, sister, yeah, we love you. We should team up. But all the time, they're not even built for that. They're not even built for no type of movement that would take the people higher. Position in the mission. Okay? They don't understand their own position in the mission. What they try to do is be a boss of all bosses, and they try to lead. And then all they're gonna do is lead people to get slaughtered. That's the game, that's the rule of the game now. Whatever thing's positive, you get in, you infiltrate, aka what's that thing called again? COINTELPRO type person. They're on the real low level and they mess it all up. And then they try to flip the narrative. When you get upset, you like, yo, what you doing? And you try to point things at them. Now they want to flip the narrative. Look at these people. They're not really ready to build. See, that mental recovery thing is real, man. That post-traumatic slavery thing. They try to say when stuff happened to you when you little, you really don't recover. So this topic is a broad, it covers a broad of things. You know what I'm saying? We have to just stay strong through the storm. That's why I never fold, man. I've been through a lot since a little homie, man. I cheated. I cheated death twice. I should have been out of here twice already. So it's nothing nobody can do to mess with suicide. I skipped death twice already. What can someone really do to me? Really say to me to make me jump off? I already been. Man, look, they have no idea who I am, man. So this is why I decided to be who I am. This is why I decided to create the Soul Mirror, because I had to go through a mental recovery first. This is what I manifested into. Now, I used to dibble off in that and dibble off in this. I'm not perfect at all, but you don't see me portraying to be something, then go behind the scenes, call a lot of riff, and then hide my hand. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't see me doing that. From Sue, if I messed up, I'm allowed to come. I will come on camera and say, yo, I messed up. I'm not wrong. I still can do it for the betterment of the movement or the situation, so we can wash our hands and keep it moving. All about that. Go ahead, man.
Wow, that's facts.
Well, I got a question for Sue though. You know what I'm saying? He brought up some good points. So then when you say recovery, you know what I'm saying? And then the key thing and the key word in recovery is recover. So now at what point do we move on and say, you know what I'm saying, individuals is not trying to recover or they haven't recovered in a long period of time?
All right, so you said, what's the time period you mean to recover from something?
So now you say, if you're going through mental recovery, right? So recovery period. So now, you know what I'm saying, that period ends with recover. So now that means, okay, like if I'm saying I'm recovering from drug abuse and I have to get to the point where I recovered from drug abuse. So at what point do you go from recovery to be fully recovered? Or at what point in your environment do you allow people that's going through this recovery stage for so long that haven't recovered that you still associate yourself with in some shape or form?
Oh yeah, great question, my student. Great question, my student. Yo, yo, what it is, everybody's different. Everybody recovery stage is different, and it all depends on you. It all depends on you. I'm a side track just for a moment, then I got you. It's just like recovering from a certain type of disease, right? Disease, not the mental one, but the inside body disease. Everybody is different. What I learned, sometimes you might have to change your environment. You might have to change the way you think, the things you eat, the way you know what I'm saying, the way you move, the things you watch, the things you hear. that come into play of you healing. It's a whole body experience thing. Go back to what you just said. Recovery is all on the individual and how bad they want to recover. There's no timetable on recovery. It's all about you. Somebody can recover in 6 months. Does that mean you can recover in 6 months? No. You might not be on the same type of thing they on. Maybe they might go hard body for recovery. You got to take certain type of steps. You might have little baby steps. They went all out. You know what I'm saying? So it all depends on the person, mindset, and what they're willing to sacrifice to actually get over the hump and recover whatever they need to recovery from. Now go back to if you want to still associate with that person, that still depends on you. Is that person, what level of detriment is that person gonna do to you while you dealing with them? You know what I'm saying? So if it's a small detriment to you, to whatever you're trying to do, then you might still keep them close because you know it's not that bad. But if it's a big one and it's draining you and it's keeping you down, then you might want to cut it off or keep them like a Heisman. You know what I'm saying? Got your Heisman on them. You keep them as arm's length. It all depends on the individual, how long their recovery is, and how long it might take for them to heal from certain things. And it all depends on trying to recover, or they're really bringing you down, or they letting you do you, and you know they still trying to recover. Like Jay-Z said, like even what Jay-Z said, most of his people that he grew up with from the hood, they don't really bother him because they know he on a different path. Now they still shake it up, they still have love for each other, but their lifestyles are so different, they won't bother Jay-Z. You see what I'm saying? So it all depends. Now, it's some people who recover, they're gonna try to bring your ass down, period. They're like, fuck that, nigga, you ain't leaving me back here. You know what I'm saying? So it all depends. Go ahead, bro.
Now, you was good until you brought up Jay-Z. God damn, you just killed that deal.
What? Now what he said was real though. What he said was real though, man.
But see, I'm just saying, see, now, well, we got to realize this though, too, though, and I don't think we think about it a lot like that, is because, God, man, it's like an airplane or something in the background.
Yeah, man, you know, they doing their thing today, man. They doing their thing.
Yeah, if you think about it like this, if I'm a drug addict and I'm a recovering drug addict, and I recover, and I have somebody that I associate with that's going through recovery, it's certain things that he would do that put me in a position to compromise myself, only because at that point he haven't got to being fully recovered, and I'm fully recovered. But because I'm fully recovered, I went through recovery before, so now I associate with some of the stuff that he actually dealt with, and you know what I'm saying, that he's going through, and I can talk to him, I can educate them on that kind of stuff. But the thing about what I'm saying is that in this whole thing where everybody's saying that they looking out for the betterment of black people, right? So now that means they're going through recovery or they're recovered. But what happened is that if we look at it, if you deeply associate yourself with somebody that's still going through the recovery stage, then you will find yourself drawing back into the stuff that you initially was doing when you was in recovery. But you're fully recovered now. Point example is that, you know what I'm saying, I can use Ace as example. Ace went through a lot of stuff. So now when he associate himself with people that I'm not going to name and not really associate himself with it, any dealings with that person, it will bring stuff back out of him that he did in his recovery stage. And even though he's now fully recovered, them tendencies and them characteristics that they display would be brought back out of him. And that's not who he is, but at one point in time, that's who he was. So now I think in the aspect of this mental recovery, what we got to realize is that you have to, once you're fully mentally recovered, and you'll always continue to learn and you'll continue to grow, that's what calls growing apart from people. is because y'all have the same different mentalities at the point. So now, you know what I'm saying? Just like you said, Jay-Z full of crap. Because at the end of the day, them guys that's out there in the streets, he can still go out there and show love, but I guarantee you, Jay-Z know how to win or pull back. And it's crazy to say that, hey, look, you know what? The guys ain't gonna stop selling dope when he get out there. The guy's gonna stop doing everything that he was associated with when he was actually going through that recovery. So like with me now, that stuff brings me down. Like when, and I know what it is, and I can easily identify with it because I didn't did that. So now since I'm at this state now, I have to cut it off by the heels. I can't associate myself with it because guess what? I'm gonna find myself doing the exact same thing that they did, that they doing to me. I want to do it back to them. So now, am I really recovered, or now I'm back and I'm shooting it back up my arm, and then I'm back, you know what I'm saying, fixing myself and going back through recovery mode? That's what I'm saying. So
I hear you, boss man. I hear you, boss man. You feel me? I hear you.
All recovery
Go ahead, Water.
All recovery is a process. All of us go through a process in recovery. A mental recovery is a daily thing because we use this mental even when we sleep. We using the mental. You feel me? The only time you ain't using it is when you gone. Even when you sleep, your mind is still going. You ever see somebody sleep and their eyes rolling and they hit, like their eyes are rolling around while they sleep? You can see it through the eyelid or whatever. You can see them rolling around, but they sleep. They're still active even in a sleep state. Mind is still going. Your body just has to physically shut down to catch up with the mind. But it's the same thing in what the mental recovery process is. We have to allow that period in time to happen, and it's every single day. Take out a piece of your day so you can mentally recover. Take out a piece of your day. Take out a moment in time so you can recover from what you've been through. See, a lot of people are so used to being on the go that they don't catch the time to recover because it's a fast-paced world. All my people from New York know what I'm talking about. Come on, the city that doesn't sleep. You know what I'm saying? You always doing something. You always fast-paced. So when you don't have the time to mentally repair that mind of yours, then you'll constantly be in a revolving state where things are easily to get to you. People can say things and you'll jump right at it because you have not allowed yourself mentally to recover from what you've been through the day, through the week, last month, last week. It has to be a process. And right now, I feel more now than ever, I have to mentally recover. Look, on my Mercedes, the sensor on the wheel, the little air valve thing bust off, right? So I went to go get the thing, and it's $70 for the piece. Look.
Hey, this
the piece right here, $70. I'm like, oh my God, just the little piece right here broke off, $70. So I'm like, okay, cool. Then another 20-some bucks for the guy to put it on. And I'm like, come on. So then go out to my truck. I got 24s on my truck. The air is out one of my rim, on one of my tires. So I bring it to the guy to fix so he could put, reseal or whatever he had to do. I paid the guy $60 to do that. Okay, $60. Get back home, the air gets right out my tire again. So now I can't drive my truck. I didn't feel like taking that big rim off. So it just one thing that's mentally right there was messing with me. Then all of this other stuff that happened throughout last week, just mentally frustrated. You feel me? And that's why I came to this point. Like, I have to mentally recover because one thing after another keeps coming. You feel me? One thing after another. And it ain't nobody else's responsibility to withdraw but my own self. I have to mentally recover myself. Nobody else gonna know how much pressure I'm going through. They gonna keep piling it on. They might bring their stuff and dump it on me. They might bring outside. Nobody will control that but me. So when do I take out the time to mentally recover so I can be able to fight in the battle that I'm in? Come on, man. You can go ahead, Elijah.
Yeah. See, I'm gonna use this for example because I like dealing with these terms. So like we know that something that a lot of black people experience in black communities is the blame game. Like the people that continue to blame people for especially blame the white man for everything they do. We look at that. We say, okay, now in order to recover from that, it's a process that you got to go through to actually get past that. But now imagine you're past that and you still have people around you blaming the white man for everything, but you already recovered from that. You know what I'm saying? You went through that process where you start saying, okay, look, let me understand what's truly going on. Let me understand what's the purpose in what I'm doing. So now I can recover from this situation. And then once you recover, if other individuals haven't recovered yet, but also refuse to see certain facts that associate with the process of their recovering, at some point, what I'm saying, it got to get to a point where you got to actually put distance upon yourself. Because if you're always around me, blaming me or blaming the white man for everything, and I recover from that, we taking steps. Okay, well, I understand this exists, but I'm taking this step and this step and this step because I know I can control these dynamics. So now I'm fully recovered in this situation. But now I'm going through somebody who haven't recovered because they limited themselves. At what point do you say, hey, look, you know what? I can still talk to you, educate and teach, and we can still build. But you know what I'm saying? It is a separation there because somebody going through a process and somebody recover from the process.
Right. That's facts. Go ahead, Sue.
Yeah. A really, really good, big issue with us. As you see. Just have to keep it funky. We have to keep it. Oh, I did. We good, man. We good. Anyway, as you see, we just got to keep it moving, man. Not on the same level with the mental recovery. You know, we all on different levels. Just like he said with the blaming the white man thing. Sue ain't on that. Sue disconnected that years ago because I seen what it really is about. You know what I'm saying? It's no middle class inside of my eyes. It's either elite and then everybody else. That they created middle class just to cause some more division. That's how I feel. You know, because getting to middle class isn't hard as they make it out to be. All you got to do is have a certain number of money coming in. Have assets that build up to that certain amount of money. So you good. You good money. So to me, you know, to be the type of the elites, it takes way more work to get to the elites than middle class. So it shouldn't be no separation. It's to me, it's elite and then it's everybody else. Because you got to be special. You got to be picked to be inside the elite. It's two different things. That's just the way I think about things. It might not be right in everybody else's mind, but it makes sense to me. The form of division, so they can put the middle class versus the lower class, knowing damn well the middle class and the lower class is basically the same goddamn thing. Only thing separating us is what? Assets and money. Assets and money is the only thing separating us. So we're still the same individuals. They just putting you in a different class so you can look at each other. And I said, you know, when we in different classes anyway, it's all cool at a certain point, but we shouldn't make you want to take from that person. You should want to ask them, yo, how can I get this? How can I get that? It shouldn't make you envy a person. You should want to be, you should ask them like, yo, can you teach me what you did to get to that? Or what did you do to get that house? What did you do to get that type of car? What did you do to get that type of environment or whatever you do, that type of business? That's what you should be doing. You need, everybody needs to start doing right now. That's on the lower level. Doing that. You shouldn't want to take from someone else who worked their ass off to get something. You should never want to wake up and say, what can I take from somebody? You should never ever have that, but that's what they push, and that's what we on. That's why some people have that survival of the fittest attitude. Because they like, man, look, I'm gonna take you out before you take me out. You know what I'm saying? You try to take what's mine and so on. So that's why it's a lot of people doing the things that they doing, because it's hard to even have something little these days. It's hard to have a normal car. You can't even have a regular car. Somebody going to try to steal it and run. Now you don't know who hit it. Now your insurance might go up or something. Like, it's so many things going on in this world. Recovery is one of the best things you should be doing. But on a daily basis, people ain't trying to recover from their mental. Whatever they want to do. And then when the consequences come, they want to sit there and cry. Now they want to see what up with the Lord. If the Lord gonna help them, if Jesus gonna help them, if Allah gonna help them. Nah. What you need to do is start covering your own behind. Trouble, quit trying to call on the divine to help you every time you get in trouble. That ain't how it go. So that mental recovery thing is perfect, man. This title is crazy. It's off the chain. But a lot of people need to go look into that mirror. That's why the soul mirror is what it is. You got to go take your ass and look into that goddamn mirror and ask yourself, what are you trying to do? What agenda are you trying to push? You ain't never gonna get around that messing with us three. You're never gonna get around it. Just like Ace said, it's a daily thing. It's a daily routine. You got to recover from something daily. It might be work. It might be your relationship. It might be, you know, like you said, his car. Everything is messy. Everything is gonna make you go a little crazy sometimes, especially when it's a lot going on, man. Going on. And that goes online and offline, man. People know what time it is. People know what time it is, man. Addie Frost needs some help.
Oh, y'all over there acting up. I see.
Oh,
hey, so
but yeah,
it's one point I want to add on what you said too. I just want to pick up.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I'm taking notes. Hey, look, I'm taking notes, big man.
Okay, all right. This real quick though. The key thing though is, in order to go through recovery, you got to understand that you lost something. So now the key thing you can't even go through recovery, and that's one of the real things I was trying to get to, is that you got to understand you lost something. Something was lost that you got to regain.
Right.
And until you understand that, can you fully go through full recovery? Even though people say that they're going through recovery, but can you go through recovery without acceptance? And can you get to acceptance without identifying that you're missing that one thing or things?
It's a process, but one you can't jump over one to get the other. Because I remember when I had to go to NA and AA, right? I worked my way up with the chips, and I was like 16 doing that. I was court ordered to do that, and you know, I was in there with people that had all these major drug issues, and I was in there, and they would get, you know, I worked my way up to like the white or blue chip or green chip, one of them, and I was in there with people that had major issues. You feel me? And I was only 16 years old. I was in there because of my drug habit. Was selling drugs basically. So I got to experience some of what they talked about, what was their issues of why they felt they had to do drugs or be on drugs and why they was disappointing people. So I went through that experience, right? But one thing it taught me was that they could not jump over one step to get to another step. They had to go through the steps. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but they had to go through each step in order to get their chip. So they couldn't bypass the first or third step to get to the ninth step. Get to the ninth step past all it. No, they had to go through each individual step. In recovery with your mental recovery, you have to, it's a daily thing. Have to work on that thing right here because you're being bombarded with so many different things, so much information. You should be able to be learning on a day-to-day basis, learning something new, learning something different. But outside on the top of you learning things, there is other things that really you don't need in your mind. You got things, problems, issues. What's his name said? More money, more problems. Don, right? More money, more problems. Two of my fish died. One, the poisonous one, poked the other one. He swelled up and died. Then one jumped out the tank. He was dried up, dead. On top of all of this other stuff we're going through. So more money, more problems, more issues, more things. Mental stress. I felt like, come on, what next? Fish dying on me? Come on, man. Car, what next? Okay? So it's happening. It's coming. So you got to digress. You got to step back, refocus yourself. You get back in the fight. You got to take a few moments out. Because other people can see you stressing out. Other people can see you about to blow, about to tip. Even the dog notice it. Y'all know how I do. You throwing the dog all around, giving them a half a meal because you mad now. You used to give them full bowls of dog food. Now you only giving them a corner now. What's up? Why you so mad? So, hey, what's up, my man? What's up, little guy? Little Logic? All right, man.
Little Logic, what the deal, baby?
That's Suicide right there. Said, tell him what's up. Say, what's up, Suicide?
What's up, Suicide?
All right, dude. What's up, man? That's what I'm talking about. The future little babies. What's up, my man? You holding it down for daddy? All right, man. Good. I don't know if he said anything, but I'm right with you, brother. So we go through this mess. I ain't even gonna repeat what you just said, Capo. I'm not gonna repeat what you said. I'm gonna leave that. It's only for the chat's eyes. You funny dude. So we occur these things on a day-to-day basis, outside of the family, outside of everything else that is weighed up on us. We need to digress. We need to get a refresher, mental recovery. And like I said, the definition for recovery is to return to a normal state of health, mind, or strength. That's what recovery is. Now you add the mental in there, and that's your definition. I said I got to get back in the gym. You know, got to tighten myself back up a little bit. Get back in the gym. I gotta do some other things to kind of like tighten this mental up of mine. You know?
Word. We all gotta do that, man. To where we was at, what we was doing. We gotta keep it pushing, man. But it's all about the mental, man. It's a lot. Yeah, you ain't lying though. You ain't lying. Life and trying to do this movement can take over you, man. It mess you up. We like family now, so just like Logic said, you'll be gone for a couple of days, you'll miss it, man. A lot of other people don't cherish these type of things. They just make fun of it. They get on here, they abuse it, an unskillful way, You know, they'll poke the people and everything, and then they'll just go back to their regular life. Well, suicide is different. Logic is different. We actually do care about the people who come on our platform, and we feel like we won. You know what I'm saying? That's how I try to move. That's my whole moderator thing was about. It wasn't about making people moderated because I felt they can block people. It was just making people feel like a family. You know what I'm saying? Like a unit type thing. Everybody ain't in for it, man. Everybody not in for it. So it is what it is, man. It is what it freaking is. But suicide can't die unless I physically die. I would not die out this movement unless I physically die. I'm putting it out to the universe. I'm here, baby, until I'm physically not here anymore. You see that? I'm here until I'm physically not here anymore. I'm supposed to be in this movement on some whole other thing. It's gonna come with it. That suicide fits me right now. That's why I put the whole name. I knew what type of thing goes with it. And what suicide really means. It doesn't mean just killing yourself. It doesn't really just mean that. You got to go back to the first language, the Greek and the Latin, and break it down. So I have to do a whole video on that. But what suicide really means. Do a video on that for y'all, man. You know, it is what it is. But you got to physically kill me for me to get up out of here, man. Y'all already know I'm here to the depths. Look at this sleepy little man on camera. Y'all talk about me falling asleep. Look at this mug.
You seen that?
Did I see it? Did I see it? Do you want me to run the video back for you, baby? Do you need me to run the video back?
No, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Yeah, I'm tired, bro. Hey, I'm dirty tired, man. I'm really tired. But like I said, I feel it necessary that the people hear what's on our minds. You know, sometimes we might not want to. Sometimes we might not want to push ourselves, but you know, we in the fourth inning right now. You know, I'm like Jordan. I mean, we in the fourth inning. I'm pushing myself because I feel like there's some other people right now that need to hear this type of encouragement. All right. I feel that way. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like there's somebody that's at the breaking point. You know, we're not the only ones that are going through these things. And if people can really be honest with themselves, they're in the same shoes mentally that we're in. You know, we need to have a mental recovery. We need that. You know, some of us haven't even took vacations like we supposed to yet. Some of us haven't even went to the beach yet. I mean, come on. Life has just been passing us by, and we really haven't done the thing that we wanted to do. You know? So it's if I look back over my life, I could say that I'm happy with the good and the bad. But I already triumphed over the bad. So anything that comes that's repeating itself, I already know how to get over that. So I shouldn't be getting stuck at that. I should be looking for new challenges, new things to get over at this point. Not repeating stuff, small beef, small battles, small things that I already been through, already recognized before as an issue in my life. I shouldn't be repeating that. I should be dealing with something brand new now. I should be pioneering and, you know, dealing with something different. Don't you agree? We should be fit. This should be a new feeling for me, for you. Should be something totally new. Right or wrong?
No, you in now. You in now. You're making a good point. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, both of y'all making excellent points. And then it should. And the thing about it is that once you recover from something, once you get something back that you lost, then you can actually start getting new things. But you know what I'm saying? If you missing something, then you always empty. So now you can never actually get into new things. And I think as a collective doing this, you know what I'm saying, where what we're teaching and what we're talking about, you know what I'm saying, is we got to get to a point where we already recovered. So now we'll start developing and implement new things. And I mean, and that I'm all about that. And what I'm gonna do, man, I'm gonna tell you that I'm finna hit the streets, man. I just got me a new camcorder the other day, and I'm gonna hit the streets, and I'm gonna start asking people what they think about just the topics that we talk about, and then I'm gonna push that out to y'all. And then so what happened is that you can probably use that in your videos to sit here and say, you look, this is what people on the streets are saying. You know what I'm saying? And it's a collective, as a collective group, random people. I mean, your boy Logic ain't scared to talk to nobody. But you know what I'm saying? This is right now, this question right here. We ask somebody what is mental recovery. You know what I'm saying? All the topics that we deal with every day, I think we need to start documenting, you know what I'm saying, actually what people input about that. And it will help us build and help us gain a new perspective on dealing and moving forward.
Yeah, I agree. I'm about to start hitting downtown B more. I was just trying to wait till I had to get some equipment that I can use instead of trying to use this phone dying on me every 5 minutes. So trust me, once I get the right equipment to be able to do my little thing out there out on the streets, oh, I'm hitting the pavement hard, baby, man.
Hey, you see your boy Logic? He got a brand new 4K jump.
Yeah. See, tell me, man, I gotta get there. I'm gonna get there.
Yeah. I'm with y'all on that. As
soon as I hit the streets, boy, y'all gonna have there's some characters here in Baltimore, man. Trust me. Y'all gonna be laughing and giggling. I'm telling you, I got some stuff coming up, so I'm working. It's baby steps, you know. You work your way to where you want to be. You know what I mean? You work your way up to where you want to be. Nothing happens overnight. Nothing is a overnight success. Building content, building the proper foundation is far more better than trying to throw something together. I ain't about that. I don't throw nothing together. If I'm gonna do something, it's got to be good, got to be right. You feel me? Got to be some good stuff put together. I ain't throwing nothing together because people on the outside can see when something is just thrown together. And they're going to say, you know what? These brothers just throwing anything together. What kind of stuff is this? We can't do that. Certain people expect certain things out of certain individuals. They expect a certain quality because of how we already laid the foundation. So I can't go back and try to mimic or be somebody else. See, I can't go to the ratchet stuff. You feel me? My light has already been depicted a certain way. So if I try to fall back on some ratchetness and try to be like some of these other jokers, my stuff is not going to hold. The weight is not going to be there. You feel me? I can't do it. I have to remain the way I started. Because if I start to fall back to do something different that is not in my character, a part of my brand or my build, it's only going to be a shipwreck. So I have to continue to refresh this mental of mine, continue to come up with new and better things to make me and what I'm doing better. And also as working with you guys, figuring out different ways to commune, to work with, and to build what we're doing. You feel me? It's what I'm about, and that's what I've been doing. That's what I'm going to do. And Logic has been helping me, you know, showing me different things about the computers, about how to do this, how to do that. See, we in-house doing things. I ain't got nobody else on the outside showing me nothing. I'm doing all of this is within. And that's a good thing. The quality time the brother spends out of his day to just show me, although it took a little while for him to show me what was popping off, he was patient with me. You know, he took his time to show me things. And that right there, it shows me that not only is the brother willing to put the time in, he's sincere about it. He didn't judge me for what I didn't know. He took his time and he said, well, we're going to get through this. All right, by the end of the night, you're gonna have this, bro. You're gonna be good. You're gonna be straight. And that gave me some confidence to even trust in what he does because of how he treated me. Wake up, Sue. I seen that, brother. You're gonna hit the back of your head on that concrete right there.
Boy, I ain't sleep. You wilding out.
I will play that tape back. I will play that tape back. I see.
I'm over here. I'm over here. I'm over here on the phone.
I seen that eye buck. I seen them eyes bucking over there, brother.
I tell the truth. I tell the truth. It was me. You lying?
No, sir. I will double screen it right now and play it back.
You just want somebody to be on your sleepy side, bro. It ain't going down tonight.
I seen that head go back, bro. I will play that back. Okay.
You wilding right now.
I will double screen it back. I will double screen it back.
Double screen it back, man. You wilding. You wilding right now.
I will freeze frame that. All right. Logic showed me how to do it, so that's a problem.
Hey,
Get that.
You got your suit. It's over, bro.
I got you. I got you.
I was asleep, so it's all good. I ain't tripping. I wasn't going to sleep, so it's good money.
That head went.
I'm waiting.
That head went just like that, bro. I just seen that.
Where am I gonna get the hook up on the, you know what I'm saying? What's going down, baby?
Hey, bro. Hey, as soon as we got this live stream, man, let's get it.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Look. Oh man, that dude funny. He just wants somebody to be sleepy with him. It ain't going down, kid.
All right, I got it though. Just you trust me. If I play it back,
I know what I was doing.
Hey, look, when we get off live, I'm gonna play that back for you. All right, I already got it set up. All I gotta hit the button and just play it right back. So trust me.
Do it right now.
Okay.
Do it right now.
All right. Here we go. Hey, which one do I put it on? Google Hangout or desktop?
Desktop.
All right, bet.
He wasn't sleepy, man. Yeah, crazy.
All right. Here we go. Can you see what I'm looking at?
Nah, you ain't shared all the way yet.
All right, hold on. So it couldn't have been desktop then. It got to be something. It got to be Oh, hold on. You said desktop, right? What about now? Can you see it?
All right, it's coming. It's coming. Hold up.
I just do
There
funny
you go.
right
We
here.
see it.
That's it right there?
Yeah, we see it.
All right, hold on. About to get him now. Hold on. Hold on. I got you. Trying to work this out. Hey.
I'm gonna flag your channel, bro.
No. Don't do it. Don't do it to me. Don't do it to me. Hold on, bro. Where you at? Hold on. Hey, you see it, y'all? Come on,
I'm
man.
gonna flag your channel, baby.
Nah, don't do it.
I'm flagging your channel. You up out here.
Hold on, man. I'm gonna get you.
Mm-hmm. YouTube, what's YouTube number again?
No.
You can't call me.
Oh. I need their direct email, baby. I'm gonna screenshot all of this.
Don't do it, man. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a picture and send it to you. I'm gonna take a picture and send it to you.
No, you not.
I am. I sure am. Watch. But all right. So I'm gonna get ready to shut this down in a second, right? This right here is very much necessary. See, people got to know that we live in reality.
Are you good, Addie Frost? It's all good.
No, that's good. What happened?
Nothing. She just forgot to speak to her, I guess.
Oh no, it's good. She good, man. I think she
Yeah.
went to take a nap or something or whatever. You
Yeah,
good?
she went to
Bro?
sleep.
What's good? It's good to see you though. Thank you for being in the chat. But it's good for people to see us in this light, right? First, it's good to know and good for them to see us building together, coming from different parts. You know, one's in Hawaii, one's in Vegas, one's in Baltimore, and then we are coming together from different ideologies, but still able to function as a unit. Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing, we are learning how to get rid of the negative and move forward with the positive. It's not so easy to do. People can say it is, but when things are going south, it's so easy to jump ship. It's so easy to join the bandwagon. But if you know how to deal with things and still come on this platform and your platform and his platform every day, bring the content that is needed to help our people, help us move forward, then I think we're doing a great job. We don't have to center our messages around people. We don't have to attack people. We just continue to do what we've been doing. What's been keeping us afloat this long. And we're going to continue to be effective. That's it. No ifs, ands, or buts, no outside interference. We continue to build and do what we've been doing. That's where greatness starts from. It starts from that right there. And I believe in myself enough to know everything that I'm doing is going to one day have an effect on somebody else out there. Whether they admit it or not, whether I get to see it before I'm dead or not, I know for a fact, if I continue to do what I'm doing, continue to remain positive and try to build people as well as my own self, watch what happens. It's on you. Logic bailed out. Hey, Sue.
What up?
Logic bailed out.
No, he did. He came back in, but he keep getting knocked out for some reason. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. You know.
All right, well, go ahead. Give some last closing remarks.
All right, yeah. So we appreciate everybody who stick it out with us. It ain't easy to let somebody slander you and you just turn the other cheek, man. This is not a lot of people when it's not happening to you, it's easy to tell us to chill and just keep it moving. But when it's happening to you, when you're trying to do something, somebody keep tugging on your shoulder and trying to hold you back. Eventually, you gotta defend yourself. So people gotta understand that. I guess people expect more out of us because the way we move, and that's fine. I'm up for the challenge, but you can't tell me I can't come off my horse, you know what I'm saying, and slay a couple heads for people who keep throwing things at me. So y'all got to be mindful of that, man. You know what I'm saying? Even the superheroes got to come back and get it popping. Even they got to do some squabbles, man. They don't just turn the other cheek all the dang time. They got to get in some squabbles. Protect. So they got to get in some squabbles against the ones who want to cause destruction. That's just the way it goes. We're not gonna get caught up into it and so much. We get derailed off our path. But sometimes we got to come off the high horse and slay some heads, man, or at least put people in check and let them know what time it is. So y'all got to understand that. Y'all can't be looking at us and be like, yo, come on, cut it. But you be over there and they get to cut up and you're not telling them to cut it. You tell us to cut it, but then you don't tell them to cut it. You know, if you're going to be neutral, baby, be neutral. Let it be what it is. But if you're going to tell us to cut it, you better take your country grandmas over there or your caramel popcorn eating butt or your Apple Jacks or your whatever you do. You better take your butt over there and tell them the same thing. You know what I mean? That's what it is. You feel me? Shout out to my man Ace Corn. Oh, go ahead, man.
No. I just wanted to say I appreciate everyone in the chat. Aces in the holes. Munchie was the first one in the chat. Appreciate you coming by, stopping by to listen, to hear what we had to say. Appreciate my wife for being in the chat. I appreciate Rella Ann's for stopping by briefly. I appreciate, of course, you, Suicide. I appreciate Nehemiah Israel. Master Densky, appreciate you. T-Duck, appreciate you stopping by. When I get tired, boy, I get to seeing 9 people, double. Of course, committee, Janine, Nina, baby, appreciate you. Well, hold on. It was somebody else. Megalodon, appreciate you stopping by. Of course, Logic, committee in the building, appreciate you. I seen this. Some people are missing. Of course, I can't forget 80 Frost, Eddie Frost, Gold Stay Woke TV, appreciate you. Akasha Pre, appreciate you stopping by. I don't want to forget nobody, man. All of y'all play a major part when you come through and you're about business and you're giving your good input. We appreciate that. We don't have no negativity on this side. Everything is going to be some positive stuff between these platforms of what we do. So I appreciate you bringing good energy to the platform. And when we do that, the build can be great. We can build off of some awesome, great stuff. So, hey, Capo, glad you stopped by. I think I got everybody. Am I missing anybody?
No, I think you're right.
Sue Tech, missing anybody? Tech 9. All right. So look, I thank you for stopping by Ace's Corner Talk. Hope you enjoyed this build. Hope that everything is going well. If not, keep your head up. We're moving forward. And if you like anything that we have done, continue to support and subscribe to what we do, even if you find yourself in the middle, even if you don't know which way you want to go, just don't be a hypocrite with what you do. Just don't be a hypocrite. Just don't be a hypocrite. Just be neutral. Be one way or the other. Just don't be a hypocrite. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for stopping by Ace's Corner Talk. We love y'all over here. Want to see y'all families prosperous. Want to see all of y'all doing well. Anytime y'all got some testimonies, go ahead and bring it through. Go ahead and share it with us so we can put it on the platform. Love to hear good things and great things coming from the family. All right? Suicide 29, brother from another mother, man. Sorry to interrupt your day.
You good, man. It's all good.
Man, jumping in the shower and took out the time for his shower break to come and holler at your boy. So I appreciate you. I appreciate all of y'all, man. All of y'all. Y'all awesome. No doubt. Appreciate. No doubt, man. Appreciate you joining this discussion too. Megalodon. Y'all continue to bring positive energy. You're always welcome. Even when I see people that come in, I don't know what to expect. But when y'all bring positive energy, it makes the build better. It makes us learn what we need to learn as people. I learn every single day on the chat, off the chat. So it's no big eyes and little U's. We all are on the same playing field trying to do some great things. And the more we continue to do these things, the more we'll see results out there to the people that subscribe, the people that come aboard, and the people that may need some enlightenment. that might not be in the same shoes you're in. All right? So peace to all of y'all. We out.
Peace, cheaters.